And welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan, and my pronouns are do not perceive me. It is too eldritch beyond your imagination. And I am playing Yasher Engel, the I never have what he is. He's a nerd. He's just a book nerd.
A little harsh, but okay.
He's more than that.
He's like an autistic book nerd. Here to nerd out with me, please welcome Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
Hello, I'm Xavier, and my pronouns are he, him. I will be playing Aline Lévesque, the photographer, she, her. I'm terrified of the truth that is surrounding us.
Surrounds us, penetrates us, and binds this group of investigators together. Oh, wrong campaign, wrong campaign. Bring us back into the right campaign. Please welcome Karen Huesman.
Hello, I am Karen, and I play Melody Thompson, who is a witchy psychic person, she, her, paranoid now about a lot of things. A lot of things are starting to click.
I'm glad I'm not the only one having trouble coming up with it. It sounds like us occult people are having a little bit of trouble defining who our characters are.
I'm always sitting here waiting for you to like say something really witty for me to play off of. So, you always set the tone, not to put any more pressure on you.
Keep waiting.
Oh, wow.
But always setting the right tone for us. Please welcome Zach Clark.
What's up? My name is Zach. I play Razz McClay, he, him, the criminal gun mole who is not to be blamed for any misfortune that befell our party, but he does have the tools to get us out of it.
That's true.
He's got a plan.
A whole case of them, basically. Don't call him gun mole for nothing. And the keeper of this eldritch pact in which we have all entered and offered various bits and bobs of our soul, she holds them now within her clawed little hand. Please welcome Susan Spenader.
Hi, I'm Susan Spenader, she, her, and yep, I'm just a girl. Just a normal girl
in the world,
holding souls and bits and bobs, just hanging out, telling some stories, being completely normal.
not gaslighting people
not causing any mayhem for my friends or doing anything bad to them or causing them to lose sleep or torturing them.
No, or killing their characters over and over and over again.
Oh, I waited to hit 5 o'clock on the dot. I love that.
I love how you guys were like, should we have backup characters? I think you said that at one point. I was like, nah, it's fine.
Well, Jamie didn't have a backup character and now she's gone. So.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of lessons ahead of us, some of which we're going to learn, some of which we may not survive long enough to learn. So without any further ado, Susan, please take us away.
The scene opens with a tight shot of Yasher's face, his eyes bloodshot and filled with desperation, locked on the clock on the wall of the doctor's office. The clock's hands stand resolute at 8:21. The room is silent except for the faint, ominous ticking of the clock, echoing like a death knell. Yasher's visions blurs, his body racked with agony. Blood begins to trickle from his nose, ears, and mouth, staining his clothes and the floor around him. The camera pulls back, revealing the other investigators, each in their own throes of suffering. Their faces contort with pain as blood pours from their eyes, mouths, pooling beneath them in dark, crimson puddles. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of iron and oppressive silence of imminent death. Suddenly, the camera shifts back to the clock. The second hand halts for just a moment. then begins to tick backwards. Slowly at first, the backward ticking accelerates, the hands of the clock spinning faster and faster, a visual metaphor for the time unraveling. The scene distorts, the colors blending and swirling as the clock's relentless backwards march reaches a frenzied pace. The investigators' bodies, now lifeless and bathed in blood, seem to dissolve into the accelerating time vortex, their suffering rewound in reverse motion. With a final dizzying whirl, the camera pulls out of the doctor's office, the bloody scene blurring into the snowy night. Snowflakes fall upward, defying gravity, as the camera ascends, revealing the town of Whimsybrook, bathed in an eerie light of the rising sun. The camera swoops down towards the Whispering Teapot Inn, where the snow-covered landscape begins to melt into a bright, cheerful morning. The noise quiets, replaced by the gentle sounds of laughter and bustling preparations for the festival. The camera glides through the inn's front door, moving seamlessly up the stairs and into the darkened interior of one of the investigators' rooms. Inside, the camera zooms in on Yasher's bed, where he lies appearing peaceful for just a fleeting moment. Then, as if synchronized by an unseen force, the camera splits and you could see all of them rise, gasping for breath, except Mabel. They bolt upright, their bodies drenched in cold sweat, their hearts pounding from the terror of their recent deaths.
Oh, what a beginning. What a beginning.
You're so cool, Susan.
Thanks.
That was so good.
To begin the session, y'all died again, so we're gonna need some sanity checks. But this is starting to become old hat to you guys. Like, you've experienced this twice before now. So the stakes are lowering, except for Razz, who just had one of those dreams.
Those dreams.
So you guys are gonna do a sanity check, and if you pass it, 0. You're good. This is something you've experienced before, and it's the same death you've experienced before specifically, which is why it's like, okay, we were in the doctor's office, we saw this coming. So it's a 0 if you pass, and then a 1d4 if you fail. But Raz, you experienced something different. You had the same death, but you experienced a dream that was very unsettling. So yours will be, if you pass, you lose 1. If you fail, you lose 1d6.
Just barely passed. Just barely passed by the skin of my balls.
Aline lives.
You passed,
Oh, I'll take it.
but you only lost 1 sanity. But everybody else seems to be fine. You're used to dying by now. You all woke up in bed, except for, well, Melody next to you. You jolt up in bed, but Mabel still sleeps peacefully next to you.
Oh, she's still there.
Oh.
Interesting.
No bullet wound
Oh,
or anything.
no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Sleeping Beauty.
It's a dream she cannot wake up from.
Does anything happen if we try to shake her awake? She doesn't startle at all when everyone else screams awake.
It's your turn to throw cold water at her.
Raz wouldn't do that.
So she's just asleep, like she's actually breathing and stuff like that. No hole in her head or anything.
Yes, she is just asleep, seemingly peacefully asleep.
Melody is going to try to wake her up. She's going to take her by the shoulders and shake her a little bit and be like, Mabel, wake up. Oh my God, it happened again.
No response.
Razz, wake up.
Raz, of course, being startled awake. I don't know if he did any screaming, but he's definitely stumbling out, trying to stuff things in his pockets. Like, oh, we gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. Oh, Miss McIntyre. Oh, she's not awake.
No, but she's alive, so this is real.
Is it? I don't know what's going on.
She won't wake up.
And he has his case, and he's lugging it across. He's dragging it across the room, and he's really conflicted about Miss McIntyre because she's asleep, and he's not sure what to believe anymore. He went from like thinking this is not real at all to this is our everyday, every single day. So he's just trying to wrap his brain around. He had a really bad dream. So he's just trying to piece his brain together right now.
Melody's gonna try one more time to shake Mabel awake.
Could you roll a psychology or medicine for me?
Yeah.
Oh, not medicine. I'm looking at your medicine.
I'll roll a psychology. Yeah. Oh my God.
You're so close.
That's annoying.
No response. Just asleep. Just a floppy, dead weight. When you lift her up, it's like her whole body weight, just dead weight. Asleep, seemingly.
You hear a knock at the door.
Razz will instinctively reach in his big old box and put a hand on one of his little pets, and he'll say, "Is that housekeeping?"
No, it's Yasher.
Even better. Come on in, hurry.
Yeah, sure. While you were in the hall, could I have a spot hidden?
I failed that very hard.
Yeah. I was just gonna graze over it, be like, that never happened. Xavier, Aline, is she up in her room, or did she come running down too, or?
Having passed that sanity check this time around, yesterday was the opposite. She woke up swinging, super stressed, didn't take the time to get dressed or anything, just went down and screamed at everybody. I think today's the opposite. I think she wakes up and looks around. She's not startled by it. Maybe her breath is a little short, but she knows where she is. And so today she's gonna take her sweet time getting ready, getting dressed, putting on her working suit, her outfit that she brought to take pictures of this damn festival, and she's gonna prepare her film rolls, her cameras, and her suitcases for that. And once she's ready, she'll do her her makeup, very subtle makeup, her hair, put the hat on, and then she exits.
Did you take a picture of Mabel's notebook?
I had a horrible realization just earlier looking at the table. I was looking for Mabel's journal on the table, but it is not there.
Oh my God.
And I realized I never took the time to take a picture of the journal. And you're a great keeper for removing it from the table. And I will not have it any other way.
Okay.
I didn't take a screenshot.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to go off of what I remember from last month.
I love it.
Yeah, that's another week of deaths.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot going on.
Truly.
Yesterday.
For that, I'm going to give you a bonus to your next roll
Ooh.
Nice.
Awesome.
for your honesty. So that means
Alright.
roll a d10 before, and then you can minus or plus that if you want to.
Okay.
But back to Yasher.
The door comes open. Yasher is he's the opposite of what Aline has done. He is completely unput together. Looks like he just stepped out of bed and ran down the hall, completely disheveled, sleep still in his eyes, that kind of thing. But that's actually on brand for Yasher, so he might look totally normal. But he bolts in and he just says 8:21. 8:21. Oh, good. Mabel's here. Is she still alive? Because that was the next thing I wanted to verify.
And Razz will kind of look up she's breathing. She's alive.
So she's alive, but she's unresponsive, which means if we die in the previous day, which we do, we always die, but we're always up. What's different about this one?
She died before we did.
That's true. Also, she was killed by a gunshot. Also, it was Riz's wife. That could be significant. Maybe if Riz's wife kills us, we can't come back.
What's 8:21?
That's when we died. It's the last thing I saw.
You got a sharp mind, man. All I could think about was my guts bursting open. Do we all think that was real?
I mean, it felt real, right?
Melody, you deal with this heebie-jeebie shit, right? This is your alley.
This is not anything I've ever dealt with before. And I don't have anyone to consult.
Her journal. We just need her journal. We could verify some of this with her journal.
Hell, I mean, she carried that thing everywhere. It has to be around here somewhere.
I feel like it's probably on the desk or something.
Yeah, she probably has a smart handbag or something that she keeps it in.
I mean, Melody will go grab it if I feel like she's pretty comfortable going through Mabel's stuff.
You easily find it, having worked with her multiple times before, having her use it. You go to open it, and it's empty. Besides the letter she received from the Department of Occult Threat Analysis, who assigned her this case.
So Melody's gonna like grab it and like open it like, all right, let's crack into this, and then like pause and then thumb through a few pages, put it down, and just look at him at Razz and Yasher. It's empty. There's nothing in it. It's empty.
That can't. No. No. I don't understand.
Talk about not understanding. How would it not be there? I mean, we've been asleep all night.
But today didn't happen yet.
Today has happened. According to her, thousands and thousands of times.
But it's like it didn't happen every time we wake up.
Another thing we're glossing over is, where's the kiddo?
Who?
The kid. Lynn.
I don't think Aline is a minor.
Young is young. I just hope they're still awake. You never know. What if they're another linchpin in this? What if they're asleep and they can't wake up right now?
Knock at the door, probably, at that moment.
We all look. We all turn.
As soon as the knock happened, he says, "Is that housekeeping?" Clearly trying to disguise his voice in a pathetic attempt.
Why is he affecting his voice?
You never know who's at the door.
Excuse me, wrong door. I think I.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Come on in. Come on in.
Oh, that is okay.
Oh, thank God.
Just to verify. Oh, 821. By the way, you're not a minor, are you?
No, I'm 28. Thank you.
Yes. That okay. You are young.
Rag shrugs.
She takes it. She sees Mabel. Probably, and probably she sees that you have the journal in your hands. Is there anything in the journal left?
No, it's infuriatingly empty, except for this letter.
Well, that makes sense since she wrote everything in it while we were in the dining room downstairs. I forgot to take a picture of it. I think I remember enough of it that we can start our day as productive as possible. But if you don't mind, I think we should leave for the clinic as soon as it opens. If we want the day to be longer this time around.
I remember something else. Angel of Music. Trunembra.
Ding! As soon as you say Trunembra, all of you who heard that sound.
Alright, okay, you can stop doing that.
Yes, I remember that.
Raz dies on the bed.
The woman that Raz was trying to rizz up, I think we should try and find her also. That person's the only person that we know that is involved in any kind of music in this town.
I remember from the journal she's involved with Silas, who you... Have you talked to him yet, or did we die? No, I think we died. You haven't talked to him yet, but we did go to that restaurant the night before, so maybe he remembers us.
I start writing all of this down in Mabel's journal.
Yeah. Silas, I remember that clearly. Silas is dating, what's her name? And then even Mabel was in disbelief. How? Aline would probably scoot up next to Razz and kind of lowering her voice while Melody's reading and stuff like that. Razz, I don't know how to ask this, but do you think I could have the revolver again? I'd feel safer if I had it. You don't. It's okay if you don't want to. I don't understand. I didn't act level-headed yesterday. Well, today.
Raz will kind of crack a wry smile, and he'll say, "You did amazing yesterday. I loved every second of it. You were in charge. You were in control. And you had a plan. If you ever have another, just come into it." And he'll slide you the revolver again.
All right, thanks, Raz, for trusting me. I'll make sure to let you know ahead of time next time.
I'm sorry about calling you a kid. What you really are is a free bird, and you're gonna be the thing that cracks us out of this cage. You're a wild card.
Thank you, Raz. That helps. That helps a lot. Thank you. And she gingerly puts the revolver in her purse.
when that ding happened and you guys are talking, it's like Melody's having like a moment of deja vu where she's like, what is it about the ding? And then it had to be like a full solid minute. And then she just goes, oh my God, my notes. And then dives for her bag to dig through to get out her book. Because she remembered about the page that she wasn't supposed to read. And so she gets out this old book. It's like very weathered and it's like very clearly like the pages are made of like parchment and old leather. And Yasher probably just like drools over it.
Oh yeah, he can smell it.
And she just starts flipping through the pages like very, very quickly, trying to find what she's looking for.
What I need from you is Cthulhu Mythos. So excited.
Ooh, is this our first Mythos roll?
Oh my God!
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, cracking this open and sifting through the pages until you find the one that sparks that memory again. It's written in a language you don't recognize, but there are translations. It's almost like probably Uncle Ed, who had this before, started translating it. And it's beings you should not mention. And you're just going through until you find it. You see like Narlathotep, Cthulhu, Nug, Ithakua, and then you see Trunimbra.
Oh.
It seems like Uncle Ed, most likely, you couldn't verify with him, but you're guessing, he started to translate this one, and then it becomes scribbles that you can't read. But it starts, Trunimbra, the angel of music, is an entity beyond mortal comprehension, a being that manifests not in form, but in haunting melody. According to the arcane tones and whispered legends of the Malleus Monstrorum, Trunimbra exists in the dim recesses of the cosmic abyss where shadows dance to an otherworldly rhythm. At its core, Trunimbra is a shifting mass of interwoven ethereal tendrils, shadowy cords that pulse with an alien luminance. These tendrils are not bound by the physical or metaphysical constraints we understand, but rather they weave through the very fabric of reality itself. Picture and this is where it starts to get weird, sickly ring, ding, ring, and then just scribbles.
Wild.
But it's under the entry beings we do not mention.
Well, I think that Melody would start reading this out to the group because Yasher mentioned Trunimbra. At the end, she'd just look up and say there's more, but I can't read it. It's not translated.
What language is it in?
You look at it and it looks like a language you don't even recognize. It looks like symbols. It looks like a series of symbols. As it was being read out loud, Melody first, and then Aline, and then Yasher and Razz at the same time, but in that order, you would start to hear a faint tune. You just think it's ambient noise at first, and then once it gets to the end, that ring, ding, actually you all hear it.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Guys,
I don't like that.
My nugget's on the fritz again. Starts knocking on his head. Oh, not again.
Where did you get this book?
It's been part of my family for a long time.
Maybe we should get the hell out of here, guys. Little walk and talk, maybe. Get some fresh air.
Maybe we should take the back door this time.
So we are voting on skipping brekkie. That's a thing we're doing.
Yeah, I don't want to go in that room anymore.
Okay, it's probably a good idea.
What about Mabel?
I don't feel right leaving her here, right? She's asleep perpetually.
She'll be here tomorrow.
She is gonna die.
The safest place might be here in the bed, to be fair.
I think maybe Aline's room? It's tucked away. Lock her up there, keep her safe, hide her somewhere.
I know you seem to respect and love her very much, but yes.
She's a great person.
Yes, she's great, but yes, we can bring her to my room in the attic. I don't think anyone's gonna be going into the attic.
I appreciate that. And so Razz will gently pick up the sleeping body of Miss McIntyre, the person who believed in him the most, gave him an opportunity to get out into this hellish circle of pure death and destruction, and lead her up to the attic and find somewhere dark and safe to lock her away.
We cannot Bernie's her.
Oh my god.
Make her look lively.
I suppose we all meet like at the back door, ready to go to the clinic. Is that where we're headed?
We can ask anyone like when the clinic opens. My buddy here is my friend here is having some stomach problems. When does the clinic open? A random person?
You probably stumble across Miss Brewster, and she says, "Oh, hi, Miss Mabel. Miss McIntyre's not coming down?
She's having a little sleep in today.
Oh, okay. Breakfast is being served. There's a lovely table available near the window."
We're really in a hurry. We got to split. But the clinic, is that open now for maybe emergencies, something like that?
Issa's clinic, or the Whimsybrook clinic, is she should be open by now. She opens pretty early on the day of the festival. There's always little injuries that pop up. I can tell you where it is. It's right down.
We know where it is. We know where it is. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, have a lovely day.
All right. And remember, keep your insides on the inside. And he'll walk away.
And I will take a coffee to go, please.
Oh, yes, dear. I'll go grab it. But the back door, you don't see one right away. You can see to the back of the building, there's the kitchen.
Yeah, I guess we're going through the kitchen, right?
It's like little sneak
Yeah.
We say, oh, we're looking.
Let's pretend we belong.
Coffee, we thought coffee was this way, then we just keep going.
So you follow Mrs. Brewster in there.
Yeah.
Casually as possible. Like a Congo.
Oh, sorry, were we not supposed to go?
Usually guests aren't allowed in here.
Totally understand. Thank you for that. And this is an exit over here. We'll just we're just head out right.
We
this
already
way.
intruded so much. We might as well just hightail it.
Thank you so much.
Right
thank
here.
you very much. Have a great day. Thank you for the coffee.
Aline, can I get a spot hidden?
Spot hidden.
Ooh, extreme success.
Let's go.
Nice. Eyes up.
Aline, your photographic eye sees the cook, Nikras, but he's cooking up the strawberry pancakes. So Nikras, this man who's cooking, he's a very gruff-looking man. He has a perpetually disdainful expression, only enhanced by the occasional sneer. He's clad in a stained apron, and he toils. He's seemingly tirelessly. He looks like he hasn't slept in years, but he possesses a stocky, muscular frame, and he looks very, very strong, like barrel arms and a chiseled jaw. But the scowling face just takes away any attractiveness he may have.
It's doing it for me. He sounds very Greek.
He's Russian.
Oh, Russian. Okay, wow. Spasibo.
He's in the back corner. That's where the burner is, so it's kind of out of view too. So it's not like people coming in don't hit into him. And you see, all of a sudden, he lifts up his arm, and then something falls on top of the pancake, and he goes, "Pistek!" And then he gets it off real quick, and then and then just keeps cooking. And with your extreme success, you notice that he accidentally dropped rat poison on the strawberry pancakes.
Who is keeping rat poison up above their oven for it to fall into pancakes?
The
This is a
1920s,
serious violation. Food and health safety problem.
What do I do with this information? Yeah.
So you're let out into the back alley. This runs behind the whole street. So if you want to go around, you have to go to your right and back out to the street, or you could go up to the direction would lead you to town square if you go to the left.
Yashar, do you remember not this morning, but the last time we died before that?
Mm-hmm.
There was commotion, right? We were at the market and something happened. right?
Yes.
People started running.
Yes, there was shouting and there was running. I couldn't see exactly what the commotion was coming from or what the cause of it was.
It felt like it was about 8:21 when that happened.
Yes, it was a panic. Yeah, we were on our way to the bookstore.
All right. Well, let's just remember that if we do get some medicine for this, maybe we should keep an eye open for this.
Oh, what the cause might be. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if any of these things are connected in any way, but keep our eye out.
This alley, you could see that there's actually further into the alley near the town square, there's more things being set up here, more booths. And then you see a sign for Artist Alley being set up in here. You see a lot of esoteric art, a lot of standard hotel art. You see a lot of crafts. You see a lot of just knickknacks and doodads. But it's still being set up. And you eventually do make it out onto the town square, where you see the pyre set up for the Eternal Flame that evening and a stage set up for the Veiled Serenade in front of the city hall. You arrive at the clinic, and I'm guessing you just try the door, and it's unlocked. So you see a woman there. She has a stethoscope, and I looked it up to make sure that they were using those. They started using stethoscopes in the 1800s, so yes. I wanted to make sure it was accurate.
They stopped using lobotomy needles and started using stethoscopes.
Right.
1926.
Could go for a lobotomy right about now, though. I'll tell you that much.
But you see this woman, she's wearing a clean outfit. She's just very tidy, but with that stethoscope around their neck. She has a fair complexion with prominent Nordic features. She has striking blonde hair. And when she turns to you, you see this a warm smile and warm, comforty brown eyes framed by a pair of glasses. She's very neat and tidy. Oh, hello. I'm Isa. How may I help you?
I'm Aline. Sorry to the barge in like this in the morning, but my friends and I, we all have a stomach condition, and a friend of ours told us that you might be able to help with what we have.
Oh yes. Let's go back to the exam rooms where I could see what's going on. And all of you are feeling this. And is there any pain? Is she walking back, leading you back? Is there any pain associated with this?
Yes, a tremendous amount.
A lot, but not right now. It comes in cycles.
Oh, okay.
You could say day cycles.
A day. Okay, that helped me narrow down what's going on with you. I will start with you. May I examine you for this? She turns to Aline.
Oh, yes, of course.
Just sit down here, and the exam table, and there's a few chairs, but not enough for everybody.
Yeah, are we all in there?
Yeah, there's usually not this many people in the exam room.
Should be a little bit more private.
We're all in the autopsy theater.
So she begins by taking your pulse and checking your blood pressure, and then looking in your eyes, and she's like, oh, there's a bit of redness around the eyes. And your pulse is elevated. So this pain, where is it originating from?
It's located in the stomach, and then it spreads, and there's there's a little bit of blood even at times. It spreads to the whole body, the pain, and then I can't do anything about it, and then I usually collapse.
And how long have you been experiencing this?
3 days.
Let me just take a blood sample real quick, and I will examine it. I'll start with you, not everybody. The rest of you've experiencing similar?
Yes. Is there a? I'm not. I don't know much about the medical field, but is there a quicker way to maybe test for this? I'm not sure that a blood sample is going to be as expedited as we need.
I'm going to be honest with you here. The symptoms I am seeing from you and the ones you are telling me about just don't match up. They would be much more rapid in onset, usually a span of 12 hours, but you've said this is about 3 days is what I'm guessing, or what you said, but what that leads me to something else. So I just have to eliminate variables.
Okay, well, what if I said that it only happened for one day instead? What could it be?
It leads me to believe that food poisoning in some form or capacity, but leading to the bleeding, I would guess that it is a very harmful.
Could it be like rat poison?
It could. It usually doesn't lead to poison. That leads to vomiting.
There is also exsanguination from the eyes.
Oh yeah, that happens too.
You've experienced that?
Yes.
She grabs your wrist. I'm sorry, and then she takes your pulse. Your pulse rate is.
Those are not my eyes, just to be clear.
Yes, I know, but we have to see if the symptoms have started. I don't question your job.
I'm so sorry. We're just it's very stressful.
I understand.
Adding in like, hey, doc, there's also this god awful ringing in my brain here. You think you could like poke me good or something?
I'm not sure if that's related to these, but the bleeding from the eyes, I think that's the most important. So when did you experience the bleeding from the eyes?
It would have been at 8:21 yesterday in the morning.
And she does like this blink and then just looks at you. And you're just now coming to the clinic.
Yes, well, I had to get all the blood out of my eyes.
When Yasher mentions 8:21, Aline starts kind of like looking at the clock from the clinic, kind of like impatiently.
7:40.
Like, every minute that passes, like she starts getting a little more impatient.
Let's just say this: it happens fairly frequently. Let's call it daily. Very often in the morning.
So this is a chronic condition.
Yes. And almost instantaneous.
Would one of you gentlemen allow me to see your chest, or would you leave the room so I could examine the women?
Well, sure. Whatever you prefer.
It's up to the comfort of my patients, but I need to examine your stomach. If it seems to be originating from there. Just one of you who's comfortable showing your stomach in front of everyone.
Asher looks away.
Razz will shrug. You're like, take your best shot, doc. Whatever you got.
So she goes to look at it, and
You're not gonna cut me open, are you?
no,
I'll cut back.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do we see a tentacle like move underneath the skin?
just swirling around itself, just like
No, but you do see some bruising on his abdomen.
like someone roughed him up.
Yeah, there's like just bruising there. And she goes to touch it, and it is sore. Huh.
And Razz said like, oh, that's normal. That's probably from last week before any of this. Oh, a lot of money. You know.
I'm so sorry. And then she goes to Yasher. May I see yours? We could turn away. I just need to see your stomach.
Okay.
This is of the utmost importance.
Yeah.
And then she starts to lift up your shirt.
Aline turns around, make Yasher comfortable.
He unbuttons his vest and like lifts his shirt up just enough to show his tummy.
There is bruising there.
Okay.
In the same exact spot.
It's his abdomen. It's the same as you. There is
only
bruising.
much paler.
Yes, his stands out a whole lot
Really
more.
see.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that before though.
Yeah, you did not notice that while you were getting dressed.
That's new.
And it's 7:50 now. Gentlemen, turn around. And then she goes to Melody. Please, let me see.
Yeah, I mean, there's robes, so it's gonna take a second.
There's a whole.
It's a whole song and dance.
And there's bruising on your stomach once you get to it. Luckily, Lynn, was it?
Yes. Let's just assume I have the same thing.
The timeline does not match up, but it appears to me that you have blood blight. Luckily, I have an antitoxin on hand. Let me just get it together. Stand on the scale so I can get exact dosages. You, and then she points to Yasher. Stand there on the scale.
He snaps too.
And then she takes on your weight. Okay, you, points Melody. Get on the scale. And then all of you just like points you, and then she'll like sit each of you down, like one of you on the exam table and the two chairs, and then Razz, she'll just be like, Lean comfortably against the counter. Movement makes this worse. Stand still.
All right, Doc. I know what's going on here. Okay, all of a sudden, some guys roughed us up in our sleep and we have the goobly gop. And now we got to pay arm and a leg. I've done this thing before, all right?
Stop moving. Okay. Stop moving.
Yes, ma'am.
And then she goes and rushes to the back, and you hear like bottles like crashing all of a sudden. And then she's like putting things together, and then as soon as she can, but it does take like another 5 minutes, so 7:55, she comes back out. Okay, so this one would be your dose, and then she'll hand this to Asher, and then it's a vial of like just clear liquid, just for you to take.
Can we clock, like, is it like the bottle is like the where it was, like the original container, or is it like, was it transferred? I just want to know if Aline can clock, like if we ever break in, like when we need to, can I identify this bottle every time?
It seemed like she just diluted it in something. It was two things mixed together. You could clock the bottles though.
Okay.
Yasher, just before he takes it, he goes, and what's in this?
It's a antitoxin for blood blight. Somehow, you've carried blood blight, and she's handing all the bottles to you. For 3 days, all of you. Blood blight is a very, very bad poison. It makes you deteriorate rapidly. It just makes your blood vessels implode. Your internal organs it's turned to mush inside. And then she'll like lift it for the last person to make sure they take it. Like,
Razz is definitely the last person. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a coinky dink, huh? He's like, just put it on my tab, and I'll pay tomorrow.
You'll be holding it while having your like symptoms and dying, still saying you
Spasmatic.
It's not happening.
Oh yeah, huh?
yeah, you could probably start to see some of the bruising get smaller on his stomach. Oh, thank God. And then she like holds one of your wrists again, checking your pulse rate's going down. Oh, seems like we got it just in time. How in the hell did you guys ingest blood blight?
I don't know. That's the first time I hear about blood blight. Is it a common thing down in the United States, or?
Well, I use it as an anticoagulant for during surgeries and the like. And then some people in a very diluted form, it's an insect repellent. But that's less than 1% with water. But for you to be showing these symptoms, you must have ingested a bottle each.
Well, we had some drinks yesterday at laughing,
Giggling.
smiling, talking, giggling, gargoyle.
Jimmy, I don't think he has, and for this time of year, insect repellent and drinks. No, it would have to have been something larger, like a meal. One of the unfortunate side effects of it is that it is colorless and tasteless when immersed in food.
We had a soup, right? Like a stew?
A stew, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did have a stew 3 days ago. Looking around. 3 days ago.
I've luckily had no one else come in, and for it to be this delayed a response, you must have been laying down or very sedentary for 3 days, because it becomes more active when you are active. Which is why I was checking your pulse, because the higher your blood pumps, the more it courses.
I mean, thank you, doctor, for saving our lives. That's very appreciated. How much do we owe you?
Yeah, this is the American healthcare system, so we're all broke now.
Real bad news.
Oh, yes, payment. It's almost like she forgot to. I'm just glad you all are alive. So how about, just because I have to replace the antitoxin, $10?
This economy?
Razz falls down.
Like, that's a lot, but also medicine.
Yeah.
I have $40 whole dollars. And they replenish every morning. Let's go.
Razz is on the ground complaining. You only want $10. What about about 5 more for the goons in the back you paid to rough us up? in the first place? You want to pay those guys?
Okay, Razz, that's okay. We got what we wanted. That's it's all good, Razz.
You are very American.
Thank you. Finally, a compliment.
That's all I wanted.
Keep it easy today, but the antitoxin has obviously taken effect, as we could see. If you want to check your own bruising, you will see that it has gone down. Although, let me check, and then she'll just like lift up your shirt again to check.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you could see it's going down. It's actually like turning green, like old bruising.
And my pulse is actually always that fast. So.
Well, you should probably see a doctor about that.
I have. I have.
You're almost bordering tachycardic.
Well, that's good. That's actually good news that I'm just on that border. Yeah.
Well, I won't tell you the woes of hypertension. We'll do that next time.
Yeah, that would just stress me out more if you told me.
Razz will just say, a round of life-saving drugs for everyone. On me. He'll pony up $10.
My pleasure. Not every day I see 4 victims of blood blight.
Maybe, just in case, get ready to resupply every day.
I hope not. With the storm, there's no way I'm going to get more before next week.
Doc, if I could ask you a question or two. You said a great way to get ingested with this blight blood is to have food or anything like that. Would a healthy broth count?
Unfortunately, it would just disappear into it.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
It's quite quirky, the blood plate. It's a bright red color, but as soon as it is mixed with other ingredients, it just turns clear and odorless.
Now, another question. If you were just a guy in a bar who found the love of his life and a man got in front of you and blocked you from a potential blessing, would you consider that man evil?
Well, I don't think I would consider the man evil, but I would fight for love.
There you have it, gang.
Uh-oh. He's back.
Think we can put two to two together on this one here.
Well, I'm guessing you all are going to go enjoy the festival now. Just again, not too active. No foot races. If you need me, you know where to find me. And I shall show you the door.
Did Jimmy poison us?
And see, I told you.
It might be onto something.
Aria. Her name was Aria. She was the one playing the violin, right? She's dating Silas, not Jimmy. Silas served us our food.
That's true.
Did you notice anything weird about Silas when you talked to him?
I mean, he doesn't make eye contact. He's very introverted and has very specific hyper focuses that he can talk about for a very long time. So I don't think there's anything abnormal about him.
Hold on a second. We're talking about the kid who could barely hold a tray instead of the supervillain with gargoyles around the town. I just want to get that correct.
That's right.
Okay.
Just for fun flavor, there's a gargoyle nearby.
I'm gonna go put a penny in it. Do I roll something for that?
Yes. D20, please. Let's see which one it is.
I'm looking at Jimmy's picture here, and he definitely looks like a supervillain.
I've been staring at it for a long time now. I know those eyebrows.
It's the goatee for me, you know?
Nearby is the pensive scholar statue. It's a scholarly figure sitting in quiet contemplation, surrounded by tomes and parchments. The statue's expression reflects deep intellectual engagement with the tome he's reading, and detailing the scholarly accoutrements underscores its commitment to knowledge. It's just piles of books around it, scrolls, quills, and then a modest coin box is placed near the figure.
I will offer a modest coin.
Roll a d6.
2.
As the coin clinks into the box, settles into the bottom, the scholar lifts its head from the book and looks at you, and it almost like a gleam over its eyes, and its mouth opens, and it says,
"As the quill writes upon the parchment of existence, so too do your actions script the narrative of your journey. Choose each word with care, for the chronicle of life echoes through the ages."
And then its head goes back down, and it looks at the book.
Aline looks at Yasher. Woof. That one was boring.
What time is it?
It is 8:30.
Well, we survived.
Yay!
We live! Aline kisses the snow on the ground.
It's cold.
Oh.
Take 1 point of damage.
I love it. So many things to keep track of. I wish I just had taken a picture of that book. Well, okay, Mabel had so much to tell us before she got shot. The main thing she wanted to address with us was the letter I got. And then she broke the code, and she saw the phrase, "choose your masks or make your masks carefully." Something like that. I still have the letter. That's a clue I still have. Do we want to follow Mabel's lead as our priority, or do we just want to follow Razz's heart?
Well, they could be one and the same.
I do want to know who tried to kill us
And
why.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems we have multiple suitors for our death.
Yeah, that's true. They're starting to pile up, huh?
Now, I don't know what everyone else is up to, but if anyone else has any demons, skeletons, spooks in their closet, now's the time. Just me. I'm the only one with baggage that follow us here.
Speaking of, maybe we shouldn't be just hanging around outside.
Well, I mean, what the hell? We made it past 8:30. We might as well get some drinks, celebrate.
Razz, if you want to go confront Jimmy.
Well, you know me. I would love to. Maybe we just keep it cool, you know? How about I just walk up, shoot Jimbo in the fucking head, sleep on it, and see what happens the next day?
Will that make you feel better? Is this what this is about?
I just feel like, why would there be poison in our soup? It wasn't the honky donk rat poison this morning. This was targeted.
You might be onto something, Razz, because I think it could be targeted too, especially because we are all newcomers to this town, and there are a lot of people apparently that are connected in a way that creates some kind of inner circle that we are not a part of. I would like to avoid seeing any more brains explode onto my face and clothes as yesterday. That was incredibly traumatic. So if we could just not go up to Jimmy and shoot him in the head, that would be really, really great for me.
Well, I understand, but sometimes when you're caught in a loop, you have to really shake hard to get out of it. You know what I mean? Really shake hard with your finger on a trigger. Shake it hard at someone in the way. And that's all I know. I don't know this heebie-jeebie mumbo-jumbo. I'm from a place where if something is giving you this much of an issue, you just blam at it. A quick automatopoeia gets it all over with.
Doesn't have to be mumbo jumbo or blamming. We could try talking first.
I'm going to keep this puppy here, and he's gonna slam his steel case at the ready. If anyone sees any ugly looking goons, just holler. Cause chaos. It works. Trust me.
So the giggling gargoyle then?
To the gargoyle that giggles.
So you head in the direction of the Giggling Gargoyle, which is on the same street as the Whimsy Brook, the Whispering Teapot. Sorry, the inn that you all are staying at. Are you trying to be stealthy at all?
I think it's just something he naturally does now, since it's something that over the course of the day, when he does stealth in between the crowd, it's been working, and he does remember that. So he'd try again if he could.
Okay, yeah. So the crowd is building up. It is now 8:50. So there's a lot more people out, more bustling streets, so it's easier to slip into the crowd. If you could just roll me a stealth real quick.
Oh no!
You kind of stick out a little bit.
It's the briefcase just slamming into people. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're like using it to push people out of the way. And then like when you see someone wearing a fedora or like wearing a long coat, you like lift the briefcase up to like block your face.
Pop one latch preemptively. All right.
So you make it to the Giggling Gargoyle, and it is open because it is now 9 a.m. And you see Jimmy behind the bar cleaning dishes, you know, classic Hollywood bartender stuff. That one glass that's always dirty that they're always cleaning. My friends from last night. Hello. You're in early. And he like gives you a wave with like one hand. How may I help you?
Jimmy, how the hell are you?
Doing fine now that it's festival day.
Great.
Why are you guys in here not out there enjoying it?
Oh, well, you know, business.
My friend, you seem a little tense.
Oh, no,
You need
Jimmy.
hair of the dog to make you feel a little bit better?
None of that. No, not for me. No, thank you.
Is everything okay?
No, I already ate. I just came from the inn. You know, just getting a peruse around town. Isn't that right, gang? Just looking around. How surprised does he look to see us? Does he look like worried or like confused as why we're here and not dead?
Do you want to roll a psychology?
Sure.
And I guess anybody who wants to see how his reaction is can roll a psychology as well.
I might as well, but
Like if that's something you would be looking for.
yeah, psychology, not great.
Oh my goodness.
No.
That's my next character. Psychologist.
Failures across the board.
To all of you, he seems just like, oh, welcome in. Just like genuinely like, not like happy. He's just like, oh, these people who came in last night, they're here again.
Well, we just loved your soup so much, we thought we might have seconds or ask what was in it.
Soup?
From last night?
I'm sorry, we didn't serve any food last night.
Well, Silas did.
Oh, maybe he whipped something up for you then. Because by the time you guys came in, it was late and we didn't, the kitchen was closed. But I remember all of you. You had the Coke, you had the gin, you had the... Oh, your one friend. Where's that, the one with the lovely accent?
She's dead tired.
Boo.
Oh, I mean, maybe Silas saw that you guys were in need. He's a good kid, that one.
You have any of it still in the back?
I could check. Was it that good? Maybe I should have it on the menu.
I wouldn't recommend that, but I just wanted to get some so we can ask him about it. Find out maybe what the recipe was.
Oh, yeah. That'll make his day. That kid, any praise makes him happy. I'll go check in the back. I'll be right back. And he like pats the bar and heads to the back.
Oh, we'll come back with you.
No.
Jimmy, Jimbo, it's us. Huh?
He just heads through the door.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
It looks like everything in the back was cleaned up.
How many other people have access to your kitchen?
Aria heads back there sometimes when she wants to dip out from men to get a little too close. Silas, his mom and dad, of course, because they bring in the food. Walter and Iris. Sometimes Basil helps us out when we're a little busy. Why? Was there something wrong with the soup?
No, I'm just curious. What's really your relationship with this young lad? How well do you know him? How far back?
Oh, I've known him since he was a babe. Yeah, his parents had him here, and I had the tavern, and he was raised in the supply co with his mom and dad. I remember when he was a little boy standing behind the counter, couldn't even see over it, helping his parents around the store. But then when he wanted to spread his wings and get out of the store, I gave him a job so he didn't have to be under the parents' eyes.
Okay, then has his behavior been any different? Has his eye been on anyone in particular that might have been odd to you?
This is just between me and you guys.
Yeah, us, Jimbo. Come on.
He's kind of on the outs with his parents because of that Arya girl.
Hey, don't I know it? You remember what happened between us, water under the bridge,
She lures a lot of the men around here, but she only has eyes for Silas. She's not from here, and I like you guys, but we like our own, And she came into town a few years ago and started taking over the Veiled Serenade, and it changed it, and it's amazing, and she puts on a great performance, but things have gotten tense. She just really riles people up.
Aline gives a side glance to Razz.
Do you know where we might be able to find her?
I wouldn't be able to pin her down, but besides the
Veiled
Serenade.
The Serenade.
Yeah. The boy was talking about spending some time with her, so she should be near Silas.
He's not a minor, right?
Oh, no. No.
I didn't think so. I can tell. I can usually tell.
You've known him since a young babe. Could you direct us to where his parents, who he's on the outs with, are? Maybe they'll have something to say.
One of them should be manning the shop. The Whimsybrook Supply Co. You'll see it at the other end of town, near the Founder's Mansion. It's where you buy all your goods you need.
Well, Jimmy, it's been great seeing you again. And also, I have to say your gargoyles are very impressive. Wow, magical, almost.
He gets this big grin. He's like, yeah, those things. I've been collecting them for years.
And then turns around to Razz. Is that good enough for you, Razz?
I mean, I kind of want to know about the gargoyle trick, How do you, is it like wires? Do you like, are you just manning them all? Come on, it's just us in the bar. What are we going to do, tell?
Yeah, Yasher turns away from the scene, anticipating incredible violence to happen.
Oh, my man. And he pats you on the shoulder. I can't tell you all my secrets. And he pats Razz on the shoulder.
Jimmy, you're not a bad guy.
You're not that bad yourself, Razz.
And that's what we call character development.
Yeah.
Take a listen, Critical Role.
As the hand lifts off Razz's shoulder and Jimmy goes back to tending the bar, our investigators set out onto the streets, the camera following their backs as they step onto the snow-laden streets, now freshly plowed and shoveled, ready for the day of festivities. The camera pans out through the streets, showing the faces of the festival goers, happy and laughing and getting ready for a day of merriment. But the camera pans in on some faces, some known, some unknown, some darker, some more sinister. You see the symbols laden all around town, almost glowing in the camera's light, and then the camera pans back to the Founder's Mansion, looming, just casting a shadow over the town as our investigators step out into the streets, getting ready to enjoy the day's festivities.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Endless Equinox. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you use. It's easy, free, and helps others learn about the show. Follow us for info, updates, and extra clips on our socials. We're on pretty much everything at Respect the Crit, or come be a part of our amazing community in our Discord. Mabel McIntyre is played by Jamie Lee Bonez, who you can find at Jamie MF Bones. Aline Lévesque is played by Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who you can find at Xavier TD. Melody Thompson is played by Karen Huesman, who you can find at Not So Shy Ronnie. Razz McClay is played by Zach Clark. Yasher Angle is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me at iDunks. Our keeper of arcane lore is Susan Spenader, who you can find at Suze Laluz. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Call of Cthulhu 7th edition role-playing game is published by Chaosium Inc. And remember, whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and Cthulhu Fatagan.
Oh, but here's the thing, too, with Cthulhu Mythos. You do not improve it by rolling success. You have to, like, read grimoires and tomes and spells to improve it. But you do get something.
It's madness.
I'll take it. Give it to me.
I'll take it. Yum, 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 yum.